Lower it down here. The music's too loud.
Welcome everybody. Nah, cut. We keep going. We live?
We're live.
Well, welcome everybody. Mr. Streets, Carlos Calle here, and I'm here with my boy Luis Diesla. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Carlos. Nice to see you.
Thank you for stopping by,
You
man.
look good,
I'm
man.
so, I'm
You look
thank you,
good.
man. You're looking good yourself, bro. You're always looking good, man.
You look
Sharp as everything, man. And man, I really appreciate you stopping
You saw
by.
my hat? Saw my hat?
I saw your hat, man. And you got.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later. But right now, we want to talk about you because, man, everybody asked me, who you are, and I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you who he is, and I keep telling him. But I thought it'd be interesting because you know so much about the music industry, and you can give us a lot of insight. And I want to just show the public and share this with the public. Mr. Streets and Mr. Street Productions has been around for a few years, but you've always been part of it, man, and I really appreciate you for that.
Always, always.
So, Luisito, let's talk about where you came from and who you are, and a little bit, about the roots and stuff, real quick. I know that you're Dominican descent, but what's the rest of that from?
I was born in Dominican Republic. I'm a native Dominican.
Okay.
And when I was a child, around 5 years old, my mother had moved to Puerto Rico, and then I moved to Puerto Rico. That's where I spent all my childhood.
Oh, okay.
In the island
Okay.
of Puerto Rico.
So is that where you picked up the salsa or what? I don't know that. Now you say Puerto Rico, I gotta ask because Puerto Rico salsa is like Dominican. It kind of starts a different kind of mixture for a Dominican that listens to a lot of merengue, right?
I think it's funny because people think that, but it's not like that. I think that the two islands, believe it or not, they listen to the two music
That's
a
true.
lot.
That's
I mean,
true. Yeah.
back in the 60s, they didn't call it salsa, I guess. They used to call it guaracha. But groups like Sonora Matancera were real famous in Dominican Republic. Other groups from Mexico. So
Wow.
I always see it very equal. But people do think like that, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just like in Puerto Rico, believe it or not, Puerto Rico has helped the merengue a lot. I will talk about it a little later. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So they mix
So
with
so
each
there you
other.
go. So Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and then you
Then,
come
in
back
1972, I went to New York
to New York first.
because my father lived in New York and my mother remarried my father.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When I
Okay.
lived in Puerto Rico, my mother she married a Cuban doctor.
Oh.
So my childhood, I had a great gentleman who treated me like a king.
Wow.
He was the one who taught me a lot about education.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot about how to go for your dreams. He showed me about being persistent. He showed me how to be, really work hard. He used to wake me up at 5 in the morning.
So that was your stepdad.
I never called him stepdad because I didn't believe in that word. I
Who's your
still
dad?
don't.
Who's
It was
your
my dad.
What was his name?
Jorrado Villalón Ojeda, his name was. He was from Havana.
Wow.
And
So
also-
rest in peace. This is for you, Pop.
of course, through him, I learned a lot about Cuba. Because he used to talk about Cuba all the time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, his dream was to go one day with me over there and show me Cuba, where he used to skate as a kid,
Oh.
and he had all that fun. So, but he was very generous to me. He was one of the big chiefs in Puerto Rico,
Wow.
so he had a good position. So I used to travel since I was like 5, 6 years old, all over the world. But we used to go to Colombia, Venezuela. We used to go. I went to New York for the first time in 1967 because he wanted me to see the snow. That was the reason we went. He wanted me to see snow, and that was a great trip because as a 6-year-old, that's how I was.
Wow, that sounds something.
me,
He was a special guy.
snow-
That was a, how they say in Spanish, the father is the one who raises you.
El que
something
te
like that?
cría.
Yeah.
Pero wait till you see the story, because my father, my biological father, also was
Yeah.
the greatest
When
ever.
I met him,
These two people
I got to meet
were
him.
incredible.
Yeah. He was,
So while we were in Puerto Rico, we went to New York for that trip,
yeah.
and then he goes, "Let's go to the subway." Back then, the subway was 10 cents. So we went in the subway because he wanted me to see the subway.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
it's not like we needed to. We could have taken a cab.
Right.
But he showed me that. But he showed me a lot of things. He showed me how to be humble. Showed me how to pretty much be good to other people. He showed me how to share because he was very wealthy. And my family was very poor. So when we used to go to DR, because we used to go every month, we used to have a beach house. He used to show me, no, help everybody out, man. Help everybody out.
Wow.
But he used to also tell me, not everybody's going to be grateful. But once in a great while, you have a grateful, and that's all that counts.
Wow.
So my childhood, that's
a great message.
that's the reason I'm bringing him up, so you
Yeah.
can understand me a little better.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who rooted the way I am at the beginning. I mean, wake me up at 5 in the morning to study because he didn't want me to get bad grades. He made me sacrifice for whatever I got. I had it all. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And what I mean, I had everything a kid could have.
Yeah.
But he made me earn it. He showed me there was not a free ride.
I would have made you earn it too.
And then he.
Oh yeah.
You can even lower it. We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.